You know, sometimes after a long, hard week's work, one of the best things to do with your Saturday is to play lots of Warhammer. So that's what I did today. And I went to the Battle of the Beasts, and this is put on by the mighty Malorian. You might recognize this thing right here. Not only does this guy do a tremendous amount of good content for YouTube in the form of battle reports and Warhammer tactical stuff, but he's also very positive and proactive within the local gaming community face to face. And this is something that's his baby. He's been doing for quite a number of years now. The Battle of the Beasts is a 3,000 point tournament that goes 3 games over the course of 1 day. But the thing that's super unique about it is that he allows you to take one of your Lord heroes riding any monster from the Warhammer world. So this could be super fantastic weird things like Karl Franz on a Hellpit Abomination, or a goblin riding on top of a magma dragon, and things like this. So a good twist to it, and really something that I was hoping everybody would embrace, because I enjoy that aspect. Now, I decided to play with ogres. Here's my ogre army all laid out, and I actually found that leading up to this event I had a little deficiencies. I think I'm one of the few guys in the world that did not have a painted Iron Blaster at this point in my life, so I worked on that over the last couple of weeks. I also added a couple of Iron Guts and Lead Belchers to the mix, but I also had to create my dude that rides the beast. What I just chose to do here is because we're right or wrong, I have this idea that giants are really good against other monsters. For a couple hundred points, if they can headbutt a guy to death so that he doesn't ever get an attack back, I think that's a fun time. So what I did is I made an extra tyrant that was going to team up with the giant, and I have this old Albion giant that I'll show you right here in a second that I strapped him to like he's being pulled along by a wagon. I kind of like this look because it was a little bit comical, and then we got this wee spindly giant, so to speak, pulling along the guy on his toy wagon almost as he gets carted along. So I spent probably about 6 hours putting this thing together. I had the giant done already, but the cart and the well, that's Hunter obviously from the Hunter set, but did a couple of modifications to him to make him fit the mold. Had a good time with him, and he performed okay throughout the tournament. The tyrant never died. He got his yeoman's work in and did a few things. Maybe didn't hunt as many monsters as I'd like, but maybe we'll talk a little bit about the games of things right about here. So off the start, the first game in the morning, I played against a friend of mine that I've been playing with semi-regularly over the last few months. He's got high elves, and we had a bit of a slugfest, honestly. It at first was a bit disjointed, a number of things not going our way, both his way and mine, and that meant that stuff died a little bit faster than it maybe should have, or maybe easier than it should have. But we still slugged it out just the same, and it was quite a battle of attrition towards the end. Scored a lot of points. Oh, I should say about that subject actually that the whole object of the Battle of the Beasts is the only victory scale is the victory points that you claim off your opponent. So it doesn't matter about how you preserve, it doesn't matter about not giving up victory points, but it does matter about scoring them. So you just kind of throw it out there and smash as much as you can. You also get a couple of modifiers for doing objectives. So we bring objectives, throw them out on the field, and in doing that, if you achieve your objectives, you capture them, or if you capture your opponent ones, then you get a multiplier on your battle points, or your victory points. So that's where it all accumulates. Now, second game I played against another fella that lives in a different city. He's Lizardman. It didn't go so well for him early, and unfortunately that kind of just snowballed while he was doing unfortunate stuff and things not working out for him. Failed charges, missing initiative tests to the Purple Sun, things like that. Things went bad. Things went really good for me though, so that was a giant victory which put me up near the top for the final battle of the day, the third battle. and that was against a very astute player. He plays Beastman. He plays several armies very well, and I got a great deal of respect for him as a player. But my inexperience kind of came through there because it needed to be a tight game. It needed to be a game that I made with very few mistakes because he wasn't going to make many. But unfortunately, I kind of blew it in a couple of ways. Got myself caught in a bad position by failing to use a Hellheart, for example. Oh god. The guy had 5 wizards, and I forget to use the Hellheart at some point in the game, which would have been absolutely pivotal. Anyway, that was that. So the way it finished up is I was top third for the end of the day as far as battle points scored went. So I can feel pretty good about that, having not played this army at all in a long time. The new additions were a welcome sight. And after those 3 battles, the end result was this. I seemed to maintain some good cheer throughout the whole game, made guys feel comfortable, and that doesn't surprise me a whole lot, but obviously there's a lot of fellas that in my community, what I'm very thankful for, that are genuinely guys that want to enjoy Days of Warhammer. So getting this award and being tied with a few other guys to do it, I had to go to tiebreaker to get this. I'm thankful for it because it's a good piece of recognition. It's a good reflection of what I enjoy most out of the hobby and the social aspect of it. So I'm very thankful for this. And I can pair it up with one that I got a couple years ago. This guy, my other Golden Minotaur, and that one was best painted a couple years back in 2012. So, at the end of all this, the true reason that I'm doing this video is because, Malorian, I want to thank you for doing these things. The Battle of the Beasts is something that's been really fun for the times that I've attended it. And I know that you pour a lot into it. You deserve recognition for it. And know that me saying thank you publicly like this, recognize that there's dozens and dozens of others that should and would say the same thing. So, great day out. Love my Warhammer, and I hope you all do too. Good night.